You're tuned into All Too Real 2. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by all2real2.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame. Movies that are really weird, but like in a weird way, should not be allowed to be made anymore in Carta.
Well, I think all movies should be allowed to be made, no matter how good or bad or weird or normal they are.
Yeah, but this movie actually made me feel bad about my life.
Yes.
And that can't be allowed.
I don't know why you feel that way, because I think this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. Yes. Today we're covering The Master of Disguise, the 2002 Dana Carvey starring comedy, which I was just joking when I said it was the greatest movie ever made, because everybody knows that is Tooth Fairy 2. But
yeah.
No. Actually, I'd rather watch Tooth Fairy 2 like 1,000 times before I watch this one.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Yeah.
So, yes,
So
like I said.
bizarre. At least with Tooth Fairy 2, we could make fun of it as we were watching. This movie just like disturbed me the entire time. Like
Tooth Fairy 2 actually had a plot.
Yeah. This movie, I guess, sort of has a plot, not really at the same time.
So, do you want to hear what the Internet Movie Database logline plot is?
Yeah, sure.
An Italian waiter fights off a criminal mastermind with his inherited powers of disguise.
I mean,
kinda, yeah. Okay, so this film was directed by Perry Andelin Blake, and Perry Andelin Blake has directed 2 movies. Well, actually, this and then an episode of a TV series called Annie Takes Off. So the history behind him is, do you want to hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the history is prior to this movie being made, this movie was produced by Adam Sandler. And Adam went through all of his friends who work on all of his movies and asked each one of them if they wanted to direct it, until he finally landed on his production designer, who is Perry, who ended up directing it. And he has not directed a movie since. But he has continued to work on like every Adam Sandler. He's the production designer on every Adam Sandler movie.
Wow.
Since he's been with Adam Sandler since Billy Madison. He's basically been production designer on like all of the movies that Adam produces.
Well, that's good. That's good. Like good work.
I mean, the thing is I'm not a big fan of Adam Sandler, but I will tell you he's loyal to his friends.
I was gonna say, that's like,
and that's
much consistent work. Like,
yeah. I mean, Rob Schneider would never have had a career if it wasn't for Adam Sandler.
No, his career is completely on life support. And
yeah.
Oh man.
So this movie was written by Dana Carvey and Harris Goldberg. And Harris Goldberg has written, speaking of Rob Schneider, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. And what else has he written? I'll Be Home for Christmas. Without a Paddle. Those are like the only ones I've heard of.
Okay.
On a movie called Alex in the List, which I think I've seen. That's like a smaller indie film. That was, and he directed it too. Yeah, I actually did see it. It wasn't a bad movie.
Good.
It was a movie that starred Patrick Fugit from Almost Famous and Jennifer Morrison from House and Once Upon a Time and How I Met Your Mother and other things. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
I remember liking that movie. It's an interesting little like romantic film. But yeah, so that's what we got here as far as directors go. This movie stars Dana Carvey as Pistachio Disguisey, Jennifer Esposito as Jennifer Baker, Harold Gould as Grandfather Disguisey, James Brolin as Fabbrizio Disguisey, Brent Spiner as Devlin Bowman, Austin Wolf as Barney Baker, Katie McClurg as Mother Disguisey, Maria Canales Barrera as Sophia, and January 6th insurrectionist Jay Johnston as Rex.
Yep. Yep.
Featuring a bunch of cameos, including Kenan Thompson as himself.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. But, you know, this is a great movie. You've got data from Star Trek.
Yep. Mrs.
Barbara Streisand. A January 6th insurrectionist.
Yeah. Yeah. Full gamut.
The longest running cast member of Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
And the very underrated Jennifer Esposito.
Yeah. What more could you ask?
Yes. Actually, I really like Brent Spiner. I really like Jennifer Esposito. I really like Dana Carvey. There's a lot of good people in this movie.
Yeah.
I even think, you know, I think he's an idiot, but Jay Johnston is a good, funny actor. But,
yep.
You know, on Mr. Show and all that other shit.
Oh, Mr. Show is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, I still think someday we need to make our movie, but even though now they've all been pardoned, the movie where a family goes on vacation to Washington, D.C. and ends up being arrested.
Yes. Because like they show up like at like they don't even know like what's going on, like they just
they end up in the insurrection.
Oh god, yeah, that's such a great idea.
Yep. I've talked to that. I've talked that idea to other people, and a lot of people like it. Don't steal it, anybody listening. If you want to, go ahead. I don't know. Just let me know. Give us credit.
I think we came up with that like in the middle of a podcast once. Like
I think it was like the last time Jay Johnston was in a movie that we covered.
I think it's what it was. Like we're literally in the middle of the pod. Sometimes the best ideas literally just come out of like the podcast itself. Like whatever. Like I think we came up with something. I don't remember now. Whatever. Anyway, this movie.
Yeah, those back in, what was it? There we covered something that Jay Johnston had a small role in. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah, I don't feel like looking it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so initial thoughts here on this cinematic genius.
I don't know, man. Like I don't even know what to think. I watched this pretty late at night.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Before I went to sleep, I was still conscious of what I was watching. That wasn't like this.
I fell asleep watching the movie.
Oh, really? I was able to stay awake and concentrate, but man,
I was stupid. Like halfway through the movie, I took my sleeping pill.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm like trying to watch it. I was like, I can finish this.
That probably made it even weirder of an experience watching the shit. Like when you're like half asleep. Just like bizarre. It was so bizarre to watch. Like I said earlier, it was very uncomfortable the entire time. At a certain point, I actually changed the speed to 1.25 just to get it over with, which is weird because it still moved like seamlessly and must have been like a really slow movie because it didn't even really seem like they were like even the credits like cause at one point I even be honest I had the whole thing on 1.25 actually. It wasn't just that knocked up 220 minutes. So it was an 80-minute movie, hour. Not really 80, because there's like 6 minutes of credits for this movie.
So
what the?
I'm going to quote, here's from the review from Roger Ebert,
Okay.
because he was still alive when this came out. I watched his him and Richard Roper's actual review on their TV show, but this is from his written review that was in the newspaper. He said, "The Master of Disguise pants and wheezes and hurls itself exhausted across the finish line after barely 65 minutes of movie, then follows it with 15 minutes of end credits in an attempt to clock in as a feature film. We get outtakes, deleted scenes, flubbed lines, and all the other versions of the credit cookie, which was once a cute idea but is getting to be a bore."
Yeah.
That's the first paragraph of his review.
The first paragraph. Wow. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, that's perfect. That's a perfect description of this whole experience. So it's like there's this part that there's so many parts actually. I mean, before we even get into the movie, there's this running gag where he's constantly creepily, but not really knowing he's being creepy, so it kind of makes it extra creepy in that he's being sincere, where he compares every single potential woman mate to his mother and whether or not she has a big bottom like his mother does.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, he's upset about that. So he's actively looking for a mate that looks, at least in part, like his mother.
Yeah, and it's like
not a one-off. This goes on like 5 times throughout the movie. Like, this is not a.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking a woman with a bigger backside, but yeah, this is supposed to be a kids movie.
But it's not like, because he keeps pointing it out. That's the thing. He's like, she doesn't look like mother. She doesn't look like mama. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, why?
Yeah, you got an edible complex there. I mean, what the fuck? You know?
I'm gonna need an edible complex after watching this. Like a, and so there's that, and then there's the stupid
edibles before watching the movie. It would have been more.
That would have been even worse, man. Though that would be a horrible experience to be like totally high and watching this fucking carnival. I can't even use the right word. But there's a running gag that goes on too that it's like, okay, one time was fine.
Yeah.
Maybe twice if you really want to push your luck. This goes on like 7 times. The bad guy laughs and then he farts and then there's awkward silence. I'm like, 7 times. Like, do we need to like keep returning to that well? Like, we get it. He farted after laughing. There was awkward silence. It's funny. Do we need to make 10 minutes of the 65 minutes of our movie based on this? Like you said, like, yeah, there is no plot. There's probably like only like 25 minutes of actual movie in this movie. Like,
yeah, you've and for somebody called the Master of Disguise, he doesn't really disguise himself that much.
Well, because he's an apprentice. He's a level 1. He's not, yeah.
But yeah, and he doesn't really disguise himself well either. But that's another.
No.
Yeah, some trivia here really quick about the, you know, I think let me see, so it was originally scripted as an R-rated comedy. However, during rewrites, Dana Carvey steered the jokes towards a much younger demographic. And this is kind of sweet, in an attempt to make his 2 sons, who were preteens at the time, laugh.
Okay.
But I don't even think, I don't even think 12-year-olds would find this funny.
Most kids of famous people don't already respect their parents anyway because they're just normal to them. But this would be even worse. Like,
yeah, I mean, sadly, one of his sons passed away recently, but that's
right. Forgot about that. Yeah,
which is sad. I'm trying to find the thing here. So at one point, so Brent Spiner has said both good and bad things about this movie.
Okay.
You know, but when he was asked on Twitter for somebody how to discipline their child for mispronouncing data. Because a lot of people, the thing is, the reason that people in the world say the word data is because of next generation mispronouncing the word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be data.
Okay.
But now it can be pronounced either way because of the TV show.
Wow.
Yeah, so it actually had an effect. And that, so his way of saying he jokingly suggested making the children watch this movie as punishment.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just going to go through some of this trivia now because we can get into the movie a little bit too. But so the producers had to pay Madonna $17,000 just for the permission for Dana Carvey to say "Papa, don't preach."
Oh my God,
that's ridiculous.
It is.
So somebody did time it out, and the film is 89 minutes long, only 69 minutes of actual movie, plus a 2-minute opening credit sequence and a 9-minute end credit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
The original cut was an hour and 45 minutes, but was so badly incoherent that it had to be edited down to 69 minutes. Yeah, 9 minutes of the cut footage was put in the end credits.
Dude,
to lengthen the movie.
To make an official movie. So I guess there's a rule that a movie has to be a certain length or something to be considered a movie, or is that
to be considered a feature film? It has to be, I think, an hour or longer.
Okay.
I can't remember the actual. That I think. Let me see how long is a minimum run time for a feature film? Yeah. So what the heck? I don't trust AI.
Yeah.
Feature-length films usually fall 90 minutes is widely considered the sweet spot for a feature film, but I think the actual time is like 75 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah. So the movie was under 75 minutes.
Without the bloopers, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
Anyways, Pistachio's butt fetish was created because the filmmakers wanted to push an anti-anorexia statement.
Okay.
So you go into sexualizing another.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. Okay. Why? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. So while Dana Carvey both starred in and co-wrote the film, he didn't have as much creative control as he would have liked. His star power had greatly faded after Wayne's World 2. Mm-hmm. He was also working with Happy Madison, a company that had enormous power over him. Dana and the Happy Madison crew have different comedic sensibilities, which weren't realized until halfway through shooting.
Yeah.
At one point, Dana said, "There's 80% of things in the movie that I just don't get." Dana wrote, Pistachio is a broad character who does broad disguises as opposed to a more grounded character who does broad disguises. This was because Dana imagined himself as an actor who completely disappears in the character in his regular life, and in his regular life can be out and about in public unrecognizable. And the reason Pistachio wears his glasses is because it's like an homage to the Clark Kent Superman thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bo Derek was nominated for a 2003 Golden Raspberry Award for her cameo at the beginning of the film. She lost to Madonna for her role as Verity in Die Another Day.
Wow.
Yeah, Devlin Bowman's fart sound effect was simply Dana Carvey blowing raspberries into a microphone. Yeah.
I don't like fart humor. I never did, actually.
I don't at all. I hate like poop and fart and over the top.
Even as a kid, I never liked. I know like some kids think it's fine. Even as a kid, I just thought of like ropes and like
sometimes it can work. It just has to be done. It's like dick and fart jokes can be funny if they're done in an intelligent way.
Yeah. But
when they're there just for the sake of being there.
Yeah.
So the film began when Adam Sandler and Sony wanted to develop a movie with Dana Carvey, who had been out of the limelight for 8 years. The first draft was an R-rated parody of Mission Impossible with Carvey playing a comic espionage agent named Master Disguisey. In one version, he got to rescue the Partridge Family, forced to reunite from a global to form a global TV network. The producer loved it. The studio executive in charge of the project hated it and wanted a PG version of the story to tap into the massive youth market. Finally, they settled on what was the fourth draft of the script, a sweet-natured Italian who discovers a family heritage of magic and deception that allows him to rescue his parents from a international criminal.
No, the first version actually sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah. My feeling on that might have been the fact that this was around the time of Austin Powers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which was a parody of James Bond, which was another spy franchise. Right. And the fact that at this time, Dana and Mike weren't getting along.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, because Dana had a falling out with him. There was during Wayne's World 2. Because they weren't like, Mike didn't really want to give Garth too much of a story in that. And there's other things that went on there. And then there was also the fact that later on, I believe he got upset at the fact that Dr. Evil is just Mike impersonating Dana's impersonation of Lorne Michaels.
Wow.
That's all Dr. Evil's voice is. It's just Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because at one time, Dana was supposed to play Dr. Evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is all just stuff I've heard. So there was a 2022 podcast called The Turtle Club set to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the movie. And so they watched this movie once a week for an entire year.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So Jesse Ventura is in the movie.
Yep.
He made a brief cameo during he's uncredited too, because at the time he was governor of Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
So he did a 2-day trip to Los Angeles on November 7th and 8th of 2001. The purpose and location were kept secret at the time he was governor of Minnesota. Revolution Studios covered the expenses for Ventura and the state troopers who guarded him. Back in Minnesota, many of the governor's top staffers wondered where he was during an extremely busy week at the Capitol. He left a day after Minneapolis learned that it may lose its professional baseball team, and the governor's office was trying to prepare citizens for new austerity and security measures due to the September 11th terrorist attacks.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any other thing. Yeah, Pistachio does an imitation of Shrek for the little boy. Shrek is voiced by Mike Myers, so that was interesting. Yeah, the reason that people's faces are slapped so much in this movie is because PG-rated movies can't have too much face punching.
Yeah, I figured that was both.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. So if a person is punched in their face, it must be covered, which is also why Pistachio inexplicitly fights ninjas as the at the end of the film.
Right.
Yeah. Budgetary constraints affected the plot. For example, the Disguisey book pops open to a rule that parents can only be saved without direct interference from the grandfather. That was an arbitrary plot point the writers put in because they needed the grandpa to go away. Most of the budget went to the set design, celebrity cameos, and CGI, wow. So they couldn't pay Harold Gould anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was something here about this movie. So it came out. I mean, they started filming shortly after 9/11. What's that? I found something about it. For years, there has been a rumor that the scene at the Turtle Club happened to be filming on September 11th when word of the terrorist attack reached the set.
Mm-hmm.
But the film production didn't actually start until September 24th.
Okay.
And the Turtle Club scene was the first scene they shot, but everyone felt weird to make such a silly movie after the terrible tragedy. Right before they filmed, director Perry Blake, gave a heartfelt speech to the cast and crew. They said a prayer. There was a moment of silence. And yes, Dana was dressed up like a turtle.
Oh my God. This whole story gets worse. This whole story gets worse as we learn about how the movie was made even.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So they were doing a heartfelt prayer for all the people that died on 9/11.
Oh, this is so like fever dream shit.
Yeah. Another thing too about his costume too, because his costumes took so long to be put on. So James Brolin plays his dad in this movie, and he's married to Barbara Streisand. And Barbara Streisand came to visit the set, and Dana Carvey had lunch with her and James, dressed like Quint from Jaws, from the scene where he was dressed like him in the boat in the little pond or whatever. Yeah, so he had to have lunch dressed like Quint when he was meeting Barbara Streisand.
So my whole thing with this movie, which we don't even really need to get into the plot because there really is no plot other than just like, the bad guy wants the dad to like steal shit for him basically by being the master of the sky.
So I've got a lot of questions about that. But
good, because they might be different than my questions. One of my questions is this like a natural, like, so he was costume and stuff, but like with like the turtle scene, like it's like he can't like so it's like their bodies like actually change themselves, or only if they like have like certain like tools or like outfits or whatever. Like
I never really got that, but it's like, he's got a mask on that makes him look like Jessica Simpson or something. I just don't understand, why.
Right.
That's the other thing. All the people that the dad dresses up like are not like A-list celebrities. So they all had to say who they were in the scenes.
Oh, right. They're like, this is
blah,
blah, blah. Well, Bo Derek is still kind of famous though, right? I mean, like,
but Bo Derek was, but like, like Michael Johnson, the fastest man alive, at the time, had to say who he was because, unless you're like into sports or something, nobody's going to know who he is.
Right. Yeah.
But so my thing is, okay, so Michael Johnson, they just let him borrow the was it the Declaration of Independence or something, or
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. They just let him have it
because he's famous. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, duh.
And so, and then they let like people have, they let like Jesse Ventura just take the Liberty Bell because
picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's Jesse Ventura. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
They're like, yeah, but he gave us his autograph, so it's okay if he takes the Liberty Bell. I mean, come on, keep up.
That's like, my main and it's like, if you're a celebrity, you can just take, parts of American history.
Well, kind of. I mean, it does seem like that's happening, but yeah. The Constitution,
I don't know if you could right after 9/11.
No, not after 9/11. So, like, again, this movie came out in 2002, okay? And there's multiple scenes that are completely racist. One of the worst ones is where Pistachio has full-on brown face / Indian face and is full-on doing, like, the stereotypical Indian accent. Like, not even subtle, like, just full-on. This is 2002. Like, it's not 1985. Or like, this is 2002. And so I'm starting to wonder about him because, like, even in 2002 time, there should be at least a side eye. Like,
I'm trying to figure out what was going on at the time, because at that same time, you had, around that same time, you had like Jimmy Fallon dressing up in blackface on SNL as Chris Rock.
Right.
Or
I
think somewhere around that same time, you had Jimmy Kimmel.
She was doing it, yeah.
He did blackface. So it's like, I don't know.
But still, it's like, how are you guys not? But like, that's not the first time he's done that, though, because in the when a Dana Carvey TV show, the sketch show, they had a sketch that was supposed to be like the International Film Awards, and it was like full on racist caricature. Like like a Pakistani dude, like an Arab dude, like an Asian guy. Like even Stephen Colbert had to like I was just playing the host during that sketch, like to like distance himself, like. And
it's funny. Like I just watched an interview the other day with Kal Penn, who is Indian. He because he played Taj Mahal in Van Wilder, and he said when he went in to audition for that role, it was down to him and a white guy in brown face.
Wow.
And that was kind of around the same time frame. Yeah. He said he went in there and he had to compete with a white guy in brown face for the role.
Wow, man.
He said when he first went in, there was a bunch of white guys in brown face, and they were like, he was like one of the only Indian people auditioning for the role.
That's wild.
Yeah. So yeah, and he said he became friends with the guy that was down for him. He said he didn't blame the guy because it's hard to get a role in Hollywood. So he's like, yeah.
Wow. But
yeah, and I mean, so there was a lot of that stuff. And I mean, also, like as far as like Indian stereotypes go, you had Apu on The Simpsons.
I know, but but it was a voice, though. He didn't put on full on makeup.
Yeah, but it was whenever he was in the role, he just went in brown face.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he wasn't like trying to go in character about like Johnny brown face as he's doing.
No,
I'm like that's some pretty commitment, like bad commitment.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that, but I mean, still, what I'm saying is that it's that voice and everything, and even when you had like actual South Asian people playing these roles, you would have they would have to play up the stereotypical voice and shit.
Oh, right, so, like Indiana Jones, where the guy's doing all this like fancy shit, and then Indiana just takes his gun and shoots him. It's like, see, that's the good American white man way. You just take the gun, you shoot the person, not do all this fancy faggy flare shit. Probably faggy, but like,
I never took that as a racist thing. That was actually, you know why that was done?
No, I don't know.
So he was supposed to whip him with a whip and everything.
Oh, okay.
In that scene, and they were running late on that day, and Harrison Ford on set, he says, "I have a gun. Why don't I just shoot him?"
Oh, okay.
So it was just basically like to save time.
That maybe that's like why the whole Han shot first thing happened. He's like, we're wasting time here, okay? Yeah. Let me just shoot the guy with my blaster, okay?
Yeah. No, the Han shot first thing was in the editing later on though, because they ended up making it that Greedo shot first because they were they were trying to make Han look less like a. I like the idea of Han shooting first because he's more of a devious character, which is
he's devious. At the same time, he's shooting someone that was already going to kill him anyway. It's not like it doesn't make him look like a bad dude. I mean, like
it's like the whole thing where I mean, I get it, but everybody's like, oh no, Batman doesn't kill people, but early Batman did kill people
occasionally, at least. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe not try to do it every time.
Yeah,
like
But yeah, but that was totally completely racist.
I know it was absolutely because he like plays like the flute. But other weird thing, he's playing the flute and he's like acting all like moving his body in like a weird stereotypical like snake charmer way. But like the music he's playing sounds like Chinese music, so it's like you can't even get your stereotype straight. Like
actually, the first song he plays is Kenny G.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. The first song was like Kenny G's biggest hit or whatever. Okay. So when people in the world thought Kenny G was cool.
Yeah, now you gotta compete with this. Good job. And then he plays like some weird stereotypical Asian music. I mean, I guess India technically is an Asian.
Yeah.
But that's not the kind of music he's playing with his flute. And then he's like a snake charmer, and then the snake is a cobra. And the cobra, he kisses the cobra.
Yeah,
I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like,
the snake actually starts. The snake basically turns into a dog and starts licking his face.
Is that what it was? Okay.
I mean, basically, it was kind of like he charmed the snake into becoming his friend.
A dog.
So I kind of got that, and it was becoming like a, acting like basically like a dog does when to lick your face and whatnot.
I was gonna say I would not stand within 100 yards of a cobra. I ever saw a cobra. I don't know what would you do if you see a cobra. You can't really run because they'll just chase you. So I don't know what you do at that point. You just stand there. What if it keeps approaching you? You just let it bite you? What are you supposed to do? I mean, like,
You make out with it.
yeah, okay, make out with a cobra. Yeah, those are scary ass snakes, man. Oh, jeez, snakes freak me the fuck out, especially like cobras and stuff. Like,
Yeah. So there was like they did cut out a scene that they thought was offensive.
okay.
I'm trying to find it here.
So that wasn't offensive. The brown fleece and the flutes, the snake charming.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
Another one where he's pretending to be like Latin or something like that.
Yeah, that was him actually. That one made sense. So that's what doesn't make sense. Okay, he was basically doing Tony Montana from Scarface.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which was played by a white guy playing a Hispanic guy in that movie, anyways. Right. So
yeah,
it's like, yeah. Okay, so there was a 12-minute sequence in the film where Dana's character assumes the disguise of a person with dwarfism.
Oh my god!
And crawls under a wedding party.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was cut for being too offensive. But yeah, so there's a movie references in this movie, and this movie was made for kids, by the way.
Yeah.
So there was references to Star Wars, Rocky 3, Die Hard 2, Batman Returns, The Mask, Donnie Brasco. Also, it's spoofs. That was just references where they were talking, but it spoofs Jaws, which came out in 1975.
Yeah.
You know, that's completely the favorite movie of a 12-year-old in 2002.
Of course, thank God.
The Exorcist, which came out in 1973. Enter the Dragon, which came out in 1973. Fist of Fury, which came out in 1972.
Right.
The Wizard of Oz, which came out in 1939. Dracula from 1931. Animal Crackers, which came out in 1930. You know, The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. When some of these are just from the credits.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Forrest Gump, Zoolander, Gladiator, Scarface. Like I was saying, it's just like came out in 1983. The Right Stuff came out in 1983. It's like, why are you parodying these movies that kids have no reference to?
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, a good parody movie doesn't last long for good reasons. Like if you watch like the first Scary Movie, all the references they're making don't make sense now because they're referencing movies that had come out like the year or two prior to that movie being made. Yeah. So for something to actually work in 2002, you should have been parodying movies that had come out within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Like the only sort of modern reference was probably the Shrek reference.
And even then, that was weird.
Well, Shrek, yeah, and it didn't make sense. And that's the other thing is like friend. So my thing is like the concept of the family is that, okay, James Brolin's character doesn't want his son to be, you know, a master of disguise, you know, but his grandfather does want him to.
Yeah, because that's like he started the Italian restaurant.
Yeah. But, and they're over the top Italian, and I don't think James Brolin or Dana Carvey are Italian, so that's kind of weird. Or Edie McClurg. So
yeah.
But the thing is like, why didn't you change your last name? The last name is Disguisey.
I know, it's like so out of the nose. I mean,
if you don't want your kid to become a master of disguise, change your fucking last name. It's stupid. And then you've got like he's friends with a child that just ends up having to be the child of the woman that he makes his assistant that he ends up falling in love with.
It's just one of those stupid things. Yeah. Also,
like Dana Carvey was in his he was like 47 when he made the movie, and he's playing like a 32-year-old.
Yep. Well, you know, it's. I mean, it makes sense. Like, because we're talking about the Happy Madison and stuff. You know, Rob Schneider in Surf Ninjas was like 30, playing like a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Like like 35 or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Jennifer Esposito was born in what year was she born? I wonder. I'm just trying to see. Let's see here. I was She was born in 73. Dana Carvey was born in 55.
Oh.
So guess he's 70 now, and she's in her 50s now. So it's like,
yeah.
Jennifer Esposito, by the way, I always had a huge crush on, and she was, my favorite seasons of Spin City are the seasons she was in. So,
okay.
And also she was on Blue Bloods the first couple of seasons too, and she was good on there. But anyway,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing Esposito. There we go.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's the love interest in the movie. So yeah,
right.
Yeah. And she just directed a movie herself too recently. What was it? It's called Fresh Kills. She made a directorial debut. It's kind of like a mob movie or something. But yeah, so there's that. I don't know. Anything else you want to point out from this movie?
Not really. I mean, it's just like, can we just talk about the plot, which is basically nothing? So basically, it's the bad guy. So yeah, at the beginning, the guy, father Pistachio Disguisey or whatever, is dressed like Bo Derek. They steal something, blah blah, whatever. This guy swears that he saw Bo Derek, but then people think he's crazy because there was no Bo Derek, and that's when he decides, I'm not going to do this anymore. I don't want my son to be involved in this disguise work. So I'm going to open an Italian restaurant and make him essentially work here for free for, slave labor, essentially. I mean, literally, if not paying them. And then it's like
get picked on by
other people,
race insurrectionist.
Insurrectionist who's always dating the woman that he's interested in. And then Father Pistachio gets kidnapped by the guy who thought he saw Bo Derek, and then forces him to steal artifacts that are going to make him rich by, again, pretending to be Jesse Ventura. Somehow they're going to let him take the Liberty Bell because of that. All right, whatever. Or the fastest guy alive, let him take the Declaration of Independence or some shit. And then he's doing that because he's got threatening to kill Mama, I guess, in the kitchen, because there's like a guy who's inside the sink who apparently can just like jump out of the sink
to kill her. Yeah.
How would you be able to do that? Like, I don't quite understand that, but all right.
I mean, the sink wasn't real.
It's her sink though. Wouldn't she know that it's? I mean,
no, she's not actually at her place. It's at a different place. Like it's made to look like her kitchen.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's what then causes this whole thing from Grandpa Disguisey to then recruit grandson Disguisey to become the new master of disguise in order to save his parents, who got kidnapped by the guy who barks when he laughs, followed by awkward silence. That's literally the plot. That's it. That's the whole plot. There's nothing else. That's it. That's literally the entire movie. Mm-hmm. That's it. There's nothing. There's no side plot. There's no B plot. Yeah. There's nothing.
Much random scenes where he disguises himself. At one point, he actually disguises himself as poop on the ground.
Right. I forgot about that part. Yes. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. And another time he disguises himself as a cherry pie.
Okay. I missed that one. When was that? I don't remember that.
How he gets into the place is he disguises himself, and towards the end, he disguises himself as a cherry pie and climbs out of the cherry pie, and he's all like completely covered in like cherries and shit.
I totally missed that part. I must have not paid attention. That I would have noticed if I saw that. Wow.
Then he disguises himself as one of the henchmen, and Devlin asks him how his wife is, and he's like, "Good," or something like that. He's like, "You don't have a wife," and that's how he discovers him. And he's got cherry feet.
Oh my god, that's right. I do remember that part now. Oh my god. The turtle scene was so awkward and cringe. I could not. I was actually like getting uncomfortable watching the movie.
Yeah, the turtle scene is the most famous scene from this movie.
It's so dumb. And like it goes on for forever. It just he keeps going turtle. It's like, did he watch those Car Stereo 1 commercials or some shit? Like,
yeah, but that's a regional commercial.
I know it's regional, but maybe he saw them. I don't know. Maybe he was traveling around Toledo at the time, and then he heard this commercial. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put that in my masterpiece disguise." Masterpiece. Yeah. And in the scene too, one of the things that that Adam Sandler contributed to the script was a scene where when Dana Carvey's dressed up as a turtle. He randomly bites off a guy's nose and then spits it back on his face. I remember that part. Yeah.
That was written by Adam Sandler.
By Adam Sandler, of course it was.
Yeah, and I'm Facebook friends with the guy that got his nose bit off.
That's cool. That's definitely all-time sentences in the English language.
Larry Cedar, Larry Cedar went on to play Pierce's dad on Community.
Nice.
So the guy that gets his nose bit off.
You friends with that dude?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love him as Pierce's dad. Pierce. Yeah. What was his name? And Ignatius Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, that with the white, like weird, not even a wig. It was like a statue bust wig or something like that. Like a you know what I'm talking about? It wasn't like a wig. It was made out of marble. It was made out of
ivory.
Yeah, ivory. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I loved him as Pierce's dad. That's great.
Yeah. And I'm fairly certain Larry Cedar is younger than Chevy Chase, and he played his dad. So
I was like, Pierce and all.
Yeah.
We don't hunch in front of their kind or something like that or whatever. It's like.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Larry Cedar is younger than Chevy Chase. So, yeah.
It's such a cool. That's so cool that you're friends with them. I love that episode where Jeff essentially kills them by arguing with them, yelling at them about how he mistreats Pierce or whatever. That's so cool that you're friends with them. All right. Anyway,
I was friends with them. I'm not sure if I still am, but I know I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm still friends with him. I just looked it up.
Cool.
Yeah. He's still doing theater and shit.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
I got nothing, man. I
got nothing. I felt worse after watching this movie. That's all I know.
Well, I did too, and I already had a weird night. I told you earlier about shit, and
Yeah, and I will tell you. I mean, in the history of Saturday Night Live, in my top 10 favorite cast members of all time, Dana Carvey has always been towards the top.
Yeah,
and he's good on Saturday Night Live. He's great. Even when he comes back nowadays, he's good. Mm-hmm. It's just, this movie didn't work.
It's movies where he is the complete star. It's kind of like with Dan Aykroyd. Like someone said Dan Aykroyd is an ideas man, but can't let him just to his own devices because it's like
Dana Carvey's good as a sidekick.
Yeah.
Movies, and he's good like in small doses on Saturday Night Live.
And also his show was good. The Dana Carvey show was good too.
But I think the Dana Carvey show wasn't quite as good as when he was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
and that's why it didn't last. I mean, it was good. It just wasn't quite as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, shortly before this happened in 1998, this is part of why he had taken time off. Carvey underwent a heart bypass surgery for a blocked coronary artery. Mm-hmm. The artery was buried deep in the myocardium and difficult to find. The surgeon mistakenly performed the bypass on another accessible artery that was unblocked. As a result, Carvey continued to suffer from angina pectoris and successfully sued for $7.5 million in damages. Wow. Which this is really cool. He donated to heart charity.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he didn't keep any of it.
All right.
He underwent additional corrective surgery in May of 1998. He told Newsday that while he was in the hospital for his final angioplasty in May of 1998, Frank Sinatra died in the room adjacent to his.
Oh, wow!
So yeah.
Wow.
And then then after this movie from 2002 to 2010, he took a break to raise his two sons.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah, Dana Carvey seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, his son died recently too. Yeah.
Did he have like an illness or something?
I'm looking that up really quick. Oops. Yeah, his son Dex Carvey was a comedian who tragically passed away in November of 2023 at the age of 32 due to an accidental drug overdose.
Oh, okay.
Involving fentanyl, ketamine, and cocaine.
Oof.
Yeah, I know for a while there he was going on tour with his dad, like opening up for his dad tour and stuff, because he was a stand-up comic as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do drugs, people.
Nope.
Nope. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, I think that's all we have to say about the Master of Disguise.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll find another Dana Carvey movie that'll, be good.
Yeah, I mean, there's
over that.
There's definitely some. Sorry.
But for now, this movie, which currently holds a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yes, it is literally one of the lowest rated films on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, one of the reviews here that was on somebody Keith Phipps said a film about as funny as a seeping wound.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah. Another person said George W. because he does play George W. Bush at the end of the movie.
That's right. I forgot about that part at the very end because the fart guy. Oh, yeah. He saw the president, but he really did. So he is crazy. Ha ha ha! I get it because he did. Yeah. You've seen that don't exist.
Yeah, somebody says Jonathan Rosenbaum for the Chicago Reader in 2007 said George W. Bush in the flesh would have been much funnier than this movie's impersonation.
My God, yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody else, Martin Scribbs, I like this one, says Master of Disguise may have been a real hoot if you're under 10 or drunk or both.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I will point out, too, that watching the movie, James Brolin, throughout the whole movie, feels like he doesn't want to be there.
No, he doesn't. Like, no. No. I don't think any of them want to be there except for Dana.
Yeah, and somebody else, Andrew Manning here from Radio Free Entertainment said, it is virtually impossible to watch Master of Disguise and not feel embarrassed for stars Dana Carvey, Jennifer Esposito, and Brent Spiner.
Just like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is embarrassing. And again, it's funny. I mean, it sometimes doesn't work out when you make a movie, whatever, fine. But like, yeah, I mean, but like, still, it's just like, man, like, why did you guys never like when I don't understand about this shit like that is that like at a certain point, doesn't like reality set in like when you can like see what's happening in front of your eyes? You're like, I don't think this is working out well. Like,
there are also times where like this like I said, it was originally supposed to be an R-rated movie,
right?
And then changed midstream, and then you get like the interference from Happy Madison and probably from Sony and other people that probably to the point where you are in the middle of it and you don't see how bad something is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
it's distorting. Sorry.
Yeah. And there's like, what was I going to say? Brent Spiner did say that, I was listening to an interview with him on Inside of You with, Michael Rosenbaum. Mm-hmm. And, he said that, this film is the most fun he ever had on a set.
All right. Well,
so
there you go.
You know, so you never know.
That's true. Yeah.
So at least Brent Spiner had fun.
That's all that's important.
and I love Brent Spiner.
Yeah.
I mean, Data is one of my favorite characters in television history.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He is great.
Yeah. So yeah, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you didn't enjoy the movie.
Yeah. I hope you don't like this movie, to be honest. Like, yes. I'm actually hoping and praying that you agree this movie's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to erase it from my mind.
I know, man.
I do know. I mean, I was a huge fan of Dana Carvey for years, and I never watched this movie because I heard how bad
You
it
heard
was.
about how horrible. I've seen memes like the picture of the turtle and shit. I had no idea that's what this was from. Like I've seen so many like people usually show it like in a B clip, like if they're like I think with Drew Gooden, because he had a video where he had watched every single SNL movie. This is not an SNL movie, obviously, but like he was showing this a lot, like in the B roll of like dressed up as a turtle or whatever. I've seen it in other people too. I'm like, okay, well now I know where this fucking thing is from. I thought it may have been for the Dana Carvey TV show because I haven't seen that in a long time. By the way, there is a sketch though I love about the Dana Carvey TV show as like a palate cleanser for this thing, whatever this thing is called a movie. There's one of my favorite sketches of all time, not just of that show, but in general, is him and Steve Carell play idiotic pranksters who end up screwing themselves in the process because they order a bunch of food like at like a McDonald's or fast food place or whatever.
And then they pay for it.
They pay for it, and then they take off. And it's like, wait.
I mean, the thing is, watch the documentary about the.
That's a good one.
About the Dana Carvey show. It's great. And I loved the Dana Carvey show when it was on and everything. And it does have some great sketches. I think you can watch. I don't know if the show's still on there, but I know you can watch the documentary on Hulu. The show might be on Hulu as well.
A bunch of clips on YouTube though too. Like,
but I mean that show had Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert on it before they were on
Daily Show.
The Daily Show.
Well, that's what helped them help their career.
And then you had Dino. What is his name? Dino Stampanato or whatever. The guy that played Starburns. The guy that played Starburns on Community.
He was a writer.
He was writer, and then you had Louis C.K. I mean, I didn't say what you want about him, but he was part of the writing staff. Yeah. So a
lot of people,
the careers of a lot of people.
Yeah, it did. So it is a good show. It's but again, it seems like Dana Carvey has this weird sense of like control issues where he kind of screws his own career a little bit because like for example, like the whole thing where like they want to like open up one of their episodes with Bill Clinton like milking like children. It was just like he fought tooth and nail for that scene. It's like, is that the hill you really want to die on? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it just seems like.
Well, I mean, the thing is that was during prime time, and it was a little bit different sensibility than SNL or something.
Well,
so it was hard to fight for these things. I don't think there would have been a problem for that on
Probably
SNL.
Not, no, that's 11 at night. Yeah, Saturday.
But anyways,
sorry.
Anyways,
yeah.
Just be good to each other. I'm echoing.
I'm sorry. You're echoing because you're Echo the Dolphin. So,
Yes. Yeah. But anyways, be good to each other. Trans lives are human lives.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell people, go check out all2real2.com. You can find our TeePublic and all of our social media and our Patreon there.
Yep. Our feeds.
Yeah. Give us a 5-star review wherever you can. Share the show with your friends. Do it up. Trans lives are human lives.
Yep.
No human is illegal.
True.
Be different. Be yourself.
True.
Fuck ICE.
Yeah.
Free Palestine.
Do it. Do it up.
And just remember that I love you. I'm definitely not turtle enough for the Turtle Club.
No.
Sesame loves you. And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.